Okay, so nobody really has time to read whole books these days.
Right.
But what if you could get all the good stuff, the core insights, in
Yeah.
just a few minutes?
Yeah. For sure.
That's what this is all about.
That's it.
A mini deep dive into the playbook for hiring the perfect developer.
Hi, I'm Jim Sugars, and this is the Perfect Developers Deep Dive, the show that talks about how to find the perfect developer. If you're looking for a way to quickly and easily find the best developer for you, your budget, your team, your project, and your business, then welcome aboard. You're in the right place. Whether you're just getting started or you've been in the game for decades, we're going to be giving you the tools, strategies, systems, techniques, and just a little bit of the old school about what you can do right now to have more fun, more impact, more time, and more money by hiring smarter, not harder. But before we get started today, I want to make sure you've taken the opportunity to get our incredibly popular, entirely free, very useful little playbook. The 5 questions you need to find the perfect developer now. It's simple, fast, effective, and 100% free. Try it now at theperfectdeveloper.com.
I like it.
We're going to be laser focused today on just one question.
Okay.
What skills should I actually look for when I'm hiring a developer?
That's a really great question.
Thanks.
And it's tempting to jump right into all the technical stuff.
Yeah.
But honestly, the projects that go really well, they depend on more than just the code.
Oh, intriguing.
Right.
So it's not just about finding a coder who can sling code like a ninja.
Yeah, exactly. While those technical skills are super important,
Yeah.
soft skills and cultural fit are just as important for a truly perfect developer.
Okay.
Think of it like building a house.
Okay.
You need the right materials,
Uh-huh.
but you also need a skilled architect that understands your vision for the project.
Okay. I'm starting to see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
So where do we start?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk technical skills.
Okay.
What are the non-negotiables in a developer's toolbox?
So that really depends on the type of project.
Right.
If you're building a data-heavy application, you'll probably need someone with strong Python skills
Okay.
and experience with libraries like NumPy for crunching all those numbers.
Makes sense?
But for a sleek, interactive website,
Yeah.
JavaScript and a framework like React might be way more important.
So it's all about matching the right tool
Yes.
to the job.
Exactly.
But couldn't a good developer just pick up any language or framework pretty quickly?
To some extent, yes.
Okay.
But it's not just about knowing the syntax of the language. It's about understanding the nuances.
Okay.
The best practices, the entire ecosystem around that language. Think of it like fluency in a spoken language.
Okay.
You can learn basic phrases, but true mastery takes time and immersion.
I see. So we're not just looking for someone who can cobble together a few lines of code.
Right.
We want someone who can write poetry in that language.
Exactly.
I like that.
And that's where experience with frameworks comes in.
Okay.
Frameworks like React Django or Ruby on Rails,
Yeah.
they provide these pre-built components and structures that ensure efficient, standardized development.
Okay.
It saves time and prevents a lot of common pitfalls.
Okay, so frameworks are like having
Yeah,
a set of blueprints and prefab modules for your project.
that's a great way to think about it.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
So what about those libraries I keep hearing about?
Yeah,
Are those the specialized tools in the developer's toolkit?
that's a great analogy.
Awesome.
Libraries provide pre-written code for very specific tasks.
Okay.
So developers don't have to reinvent the wheel every time.
Got it.
For example, if you need to manipulate images in your app,
Okay.
a JavaScript library like CommandJS would save you tons of time and effort.
Versus writing it all yourself.
Exactly.
So libraries are like having a team of expert code ninjas
Yeah,
ready to tackle any challenge.
they're ready to go.
This is all starting to make sense now.
Good.
But hold on. What about version control?
Yeah.
Why is that so important?
Imagine you have multiple developers working on the same code base.
Okay.
Without version control, it would be a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be overwriting each other's work, introducing bugs,
Yeah.
and losing track of all the changes.
Yeah.
Version control systems like Git are essential for collaborative coding.
Okay.
They track every modification.
Okay.
They allow developers to work on their own separate branches and then merge their work seamlessly.
So it's like a sophisticated time machine for code.
That's one way to put it.
All right.
Yeah.
Allowing developers to go back to previous versions,
Yes.
experiment with new features,
Yep.
and collaborate without stepping on each other's toes.
Without a doubt.
That's pretty powerful.
It is.
But I have a feeling there's more to this perfect developer
Oh, yeah.
than just technical skills.
Absolutely.
Right.
Even with all the technical expertise in the world,
Yeah.
a project can completely hit a wall without the right soft skills.
Really?
It's these human elements that often make or break a project's success.
All right, let's dive into those essential soft skills.
Okay.
What should we be looking for beyond the code?
Okay, great question. So for starters, you need a developer who's a phenomenal problem solver.
Okay.
And I'm not just talking about fixing bugs. I
Yeah.
mean, someone who can dissect complex challenges,
Uh-huh.
break them down into manageable steps,
Okay.
and find creative solutions.
So more like a detective than a debugger?
Exactly.
Someone who can not only spot the culprit, but figure out why it happened in the first place?
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's about having that analytical mind,
Yeah.
that ability to see the big picture and the tiny details all at the same time.
At the same time.
And of
Oh.
course, communication is key. Yeah, for sure.
A developer who can explain complex technical concepts in a way that non-tech people understand.
Right.
That's invaluable.
That's a skill I definitely admire, being able to bridge that gap
Yeah.
between the technical and the non-technical.
Yeah.
Like having a translator for the language of code.
Exactly.
Right.
And just as crucial is the ability to listen.
Oh, okay.
A great developer truly listens to the client,
Uh-huh.
understands their needs and concerns,
Yeah.
and incorporates that feedback into their work.
Okay.
It's about collaboration,
Mm-hmm.
not just coding in a vacuum.
Right. Because even the most brilliant code is useless if it doesn't actually solve the client's problem.
Exactly.
And speaking of collaboration, teamwork seems like a non-negotiable in today's world.
Absolutely. Almost every project these days involves teams of developers working together.
Right.
So you need someone who can not only work effectively with others, but who thrives in that collaborative environment,
Okay, so we're looking for someone who's not just a coding genius.
but also a team player,
Yeah.
a good communicator, and a master problem solver.
That's the dream.
That's a pretty tall order.
It is. And in the ever-changing world of tech, adaptability is another essential trait.
Okay.
The tools and technologies we use today might be obsolete tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So you need someone who's eager to learn new things
Yeah.
and embrace change.
And so it's about having that growth mindset, that willingness to constantly evolve and upgrade their skill set.
Yeah, like they have a built-in self-update feature.
I like that.
Right.
Okay, so we've covered technical skills, soft skills,
Okay.
and the importance of that growth mindset.
Yeah.
But there's one more piece of the puzzle, right?
Yes, there is.
That elusive cultural fit.
Yes.
What exactly does that mean when we're talking about hiring a developer?
Think of it this way.
Okay?
You can have a team of incredibly talented individuals,
Yeah.
but if they don't gel well together,
Huh.
the project can suffer.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Cultural fit is about finding someone whose values, work ethic, and communication style.
Right. Really mesh well with your team's existing dynamics.
So it's about finding someone who not only excels at their craft,
Yeah.
but also complements the existing team culture.
Exactly.
It's like putting together a band.
Yes.
You need each musician to be amazing individually,
Right.
but they also need to harmonize and create beautiful music together.
That's a great analogy.
And assessing cultural fit during the hiring process
Yes,
can be tricky.
it can be.
But there are ways to get a sense of a developer's personality and work style,
For sure.
like asking about their past experiences on teams, their preferred work environment, and what they value in a company.
Those are great questions to ask.
Can give you valuable clues.
Absolutely.
So it's about reading between the lines, having those insightful conversations
Yeah.
that reveal a developer's underlying motivations and work preferences.
For sure.
But let's be real, finding a developer who checks all these boxes.
It's tough.
Technical skills, soft skills, cultural fit, growth mindset.
Yeah.
Sounds like finding a unicorn. You're not wrong. It's rare to find someone who excels in every single area.
Okay.
That's why it's crucial to prioritize the skills and qualities that are most important for your specific project
Right.
and company culture.
Like if you're building a complex AI application,
Yeah,
those advanced technical skills might take precedence.
right.
But if you're a small startup
Yeah.
with a highly collaborative culture,
Uh-huh.
maybe those soft skills and cultural fit become even more critical.
Exactly. And remember, even if a developer doesn't have every single skill on your wish list, they might be a fast learner with the potential to grow into those areas.
Okay.
Sometimes raw talent and that unquenchable thirst for knowledge
Yeah.
can be even more valuable than years of experience.
So it's not just about what they know today, but their capacity to learn and evolve as the tech landscape changes.
Exactly.
That's a powerful insight. But with all this in mind, How do you actually know when you found the perfect developer for your project?
It's a combination of factors. Their technical abilities, their personality, their passion for the project, and that gut feeling that they'd be a valuable addition to your team.
So it's a bit of an art and a bit of a science.
I think so.
But this deep dive has definitely given us some fantastic tools and insights to navigate the world of developer hiring.
Good. I'm glad.
What final words of wisdom do you have for our listeners who are like on the hunt for their perfect developer match?
I would say do your research.
Okay.
Ask insightful questions.
Uh-huh.
Trust your instincts. And remember, the perfect developer isn't necessarily the one with the most impressive resume.
Right.
It's the one who's the best fit for your project, your team, and your company culture.
Beautifully said. And speaking of finding that perfect fit, our friends at theperfectdeveloper.com have a fantastic resource
Oh, yeah.
to help you on your quest, the 5 questions.
I love that resource.
It's a quick and easy guide to pinpointing the ideal developer for your project, almost like a compatibility quiz for developers and clients.
I love that analogy. Yeah, it can be a great starting point to help you clarify your needs and identify the key qualities you're looking for in a developer.
So if you're ready to put this knowledge into action, head over to theperfectdeveloper.com and try the 5 questions now. Yes. Yeah. Do it. And while you're there, be sure to check out the playbook for hiring the perfect developer for even more valuable insights.
It was an awesome resource.
This mini deep dive has just scratched the surface.
It has.
But hopefully it's given you a solid foundation for navigating the world of developer hiring.
I hope so.
We've been talking about like all the important stuff for finding a great developer,
Yay.
technical skills, soft skills, and that thing people always forget about, cultural fit.
Yeah.
But before we finish up, I want to go back to something you said before
Okay.
about how the perfect developer isn't always the one with like the best resume.
Exactly. Experience is good and all, but like the tech world changes so fast.
Yeah.
Even developers who've been around forever need to keep learning and changing with it.
For sure.
Sometimes that raw talent and just a real desire to learn can be even more valuable than a resume full of projects.
So it's not just what a developer knows right now,
Right.
but their potential to like keep growing as tech changes.
Exactly.
Okay, so what are some signs that a developer has that like growth mindset?
Good question.
The one we're looking for.
Look for someone who's like genuinely curious.
Yeah.
They ask good questions. They're messing around with new tech in their spare time.
Yeah.
They actively want feedback to get better.
Yeah.
They see challenges as chances to learn, not like roadblocks.
It's like they just want to keep leveling up,
Exactly.
always looking for the next challenge.
Yeah,
And that's where giving them chances to grow professionally and mentoring them can really help.
absolutely. Investing in your developers helps them,
Uh-huh.
but it also keeps your whole team ahead of the curve.
Right. It's good for everyone.
Exactly, a win-win.
Okay, so to recap, we talked about the importance of technical skills, soft skills, cultural fit, and that growth mindset. If our listeners could only remember one thing from this whole mini deep dive,
Okay.
what should it be?
I'd say hiring a developer is about finding the right fit.
Okay.
It's not just about checking boxes on a list of skills. It's about finding someone who really gets your project, your team, and how your company does things.
Perfectly said. And remember,
Yeah.
our friends at theperfectdeveloper.com
Yes.
have this awesome resource to help you find the right person.
That's a good one.
The 5 questions.
Yep.
It's like a quiz to see how compatible you are with different developers.
Yeah, like a dating app, but for developers.
I love that.
It can help you get clear on what you need and what qualities are must-haves.
So if you're ready to get started,
Yeah.
go to theperfectdeveloper.com and try the 5 questions.
Do it.
And while you're there, check out the playbook for hiring the perfect developer for even more advice.
It's a great resource.
We only scratched the surface here.
We-
But hopefully we gave you enough to start looking for the perfect developer.
That's the goal.
Remember, finding the right developer might take time,
It might.
but having the right person on your team makes all the difference.
It really does.
It can help you make your ideas a reality.
Couldn't agree more.
And with that, we're wrapping up this mini deep dive into hiring developers.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive into something else interesting.
Can't wait.
Until then, happy hiring.